everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and thank you for joining me today for this bonus episode of Video Game Sales. It is February 3rd, 2022, and in this particular video, we are going to check out the video game hardware and software sales from Japan, courtesy of Famitsu, from that January 24th through January 30th timeframe. Beginning with hardware, Nintendo Switch led the pack, moving 99,078 units. PlayStation 5 came in at second place with 23,339 units. The Xbox Series came in at third with 1,696 units. 3DS was in fourth with 267, and PlayStation 4 was in fifth with 11. The main reason for this jump of nearly 22,000 units on the Nintendo Switch side is because of the launch of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Nintendo Switch is down by about 15,000 from the previous year because there is a little bit of a market saturation going on. Most people that want a Switch bought one. So I wouldn't expect that, the next 4 years and 10 months to have as many systems sell in Japan as these first 4 years and 10 months of the Nintendo Switch, right? And for that matter, that goes worldwide. It's not like in the next 4 years and 10 months, that first 103 million is going to be doubled, and we're going to have a 206 million selling console, just ahead of the console's 10th anniversary. That's not quite how it works, right? We slowly have a decline. Once in a while, you have an upkick. Once in a while, you have an upkick, but then it's going to start trending downwards a little bit more and more. So even though it's lower than the previous year, thanks to Arceus, thanks to the word of mouth, thanks to it being a different type of Pokemon game, it obviously caused a stir, and the word of mouth spread enough to make more people want to buy a Nintendo Switch to check it out. And I think we'll see some trickle effect of that, where if Nintendo Switch hardware would have normally gone down this much in 2022 compared to 2021, it may only go down this much, not as steep of a decline. And for that matter, Kirby, that next one, it might be another boost because, excuse me, you could make the argument that, well, Kirby game already exists. If people wanted a Switch for Kirby, they would have already bought one. Or for Mario Odyssey or any one of the other dozens of Nintendo million sellers. But you will have those people that held out, weren't interested enough just yet to buy a Nintendo Switch, that for something like Kirby, now that's their entry point. We'll see. But props to Nintendo on almost 100,000. I expected this week to be between 90 and 100, and 99 is as close to 100 as you could get. PlayStation 5 with its 23,000, that's actually up by almost 5,000 over its previous week, a little down over last year for this respective week, but not bad. It looks like Sony is starting to take Japan a little bit more seriously, send out some more. If they could get to a 30,000 a week mark, that would be pretty respectable. I think that 50 would be terrific, but that's not likely. I think 10 should be the bare minimum. If you get to a point of 30, that's pretty good. Xbox Series, with its almost 1,700, it's down 1,000 from the previous week, but it's more than Microsoft shipped last year. So respectively, week on week from the previous year, not bad. 3DS down, PS4 down, but those two are old. They're almost on their way out. It's okay. On the split side, PlayStation 5 physical, was the clear winner over the digital version, 21,000 versus 1,400. Xbox Series X over S was about double, 1098 versus 500. Nintendo Switch, interesting breakdown. OLED with almost 47,000. Lite at almost 20, and Nintendo Switch base model at 32. It's going to be interesting to see how Nintendo splits up its manufacturing alliance going forward throughout 2022. I think that based off of what we saw from Nintendo's quarter financial report, Nintendo Switch OLED model is going to be the bigger seller in 2022 than Nintendo Switch Lite. Will it sell more than the base Nintendo Switch? I think that might come down to which system does Nintendo make more of, because the price isn't a deterrent for the OLED model. Instead of getting a price drop almost 5 years in, We got a price increase without it being a more powerful version of the console. It's a better screen, it's a bigger screen, it's got a better kickstand, it's a little bit more durable of a feel, it has more internal storage by double, it has better speakers. All those things made it worth $350 in most people's eyes because the system itself is still so good. The quality of life it brings, the unique factor it holds, the software continuously coming out for it, the vibrancy of the community buying old software and new alike, it's all tremendous. It's a wonderful time for Nintendo, and we're really seeing it. So if they pump out more Nintendo Switch OLEDs, I think we're going to see a winner in more Nintendo Switch OLEDs, selling total. If we see an even amount, that's going to be kind of interesting. Which one sold through more? Maybe they'll both completely sell out, It's hard to gauge exactly what is the demand, but I think that the demand is for OLED. OLED is definitely ahead of light. We saw that, OLED, for how little of time it was out in 2021, exactly 12 weeks, did better than light in the whole year. Didn't do better than Nintendo Switch in the whole year, of course, but definitely did a lot. If there's a console of those three to get a price drop first, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Nintendo Switch Lite. Then again, maybe the Lite and the Nintendo Switch will both get a price drop this holiday season. It might not be necessary, though. It's intriguing, I love it. It's cool to think about because Nintendo doesn't need to yet. Right now, their profit margins are so high on all three systems, but really on the base Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch Lite, because those are the oldest models with the oldest components, have been on the manufacturing line for the longest, base Switch over a Lite, but still. So you don't need to cut into your profit margin by reducing the price yet. If anything, you can kind of keep it there for as long as you can, because now that the system costs cheaper to make and you're still selling it at this original price, the gap, the amount of money in between is better and better. And I like it because I want to see Nintendo be more profitable, to take more risks, to make bigger games, to make more games, to bring back old IP, to continue pioneering and do what they do. If we go on the software side of things, by the way, as always, I get my data from Famitsu, but I like looking at Chris 1964's chart layout from the hardware and software side. So thank you, Chris 1964 and the installbaseforum.com forums for having this particular list put up here. For this last week, here are the top 10 best-selling games. Nintendo Switch and its Pokemon Legends Arceus sold 1,424,657 copies in that week. I can tell you that the game on the eShop sold well over 250,000. So over 250,000 copies were sold on eShop. So if you add those 250 to this 1.4 million, you get 1.67 million. And that is the second highest selling Nintendo Switch opening weekend game ever, and one of the top selling Pokemon games in franchise history in terms of opening weekends in Japan. In second place, Mario Party Superstars with 19,169 copies. What a difference between first and second, right? Crazy. In third, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which actually went up 9% from the previous week, moving 14,951 copies. In fourth was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which did 13,064. In fifth, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which moved 12,986. In sixth was Minecraft, which sold 10,663 copies. Another game with an 8% jump. Animal Crossing New Horizons, 8,695 copies sold. In eighth place, Ring Fit Adventure, up 1%, 7,733 copies sold. Big Brain Academy, one of the biggest surprise hits of last year, believe it or not, sold another 7,127 units. It's up 2% from the previous week. It's also an over 1 million seller, despite only being out for a month in the world. It's a 1.2 million seller plus. That is awesome, and I love the game. I'm a big fan of it. I had a feeling it was going to be a hit. I was confident that it was going to be a million seller. I don't know just how much higher can it go. Like, is this going to be a true evergreen and be like a 1.5er down the road? I mean, not a 1.5er, a 5er by the road, a 5 million seller? Or will it, be like a 3 or something like that, which is still plenty awesome. I mean, I remember back in the day, we were ecstatic when a game sold 1 million, and now it's like Nintendo is just churning out millions left and right. It's great. But Big Brain Academy, shout outs. I'm very proud of that one. And in 10th, Momotaro Dentetsu, Konami's title for Nintendo Switch, with 6,749 copies sold for the week. I'm going to hop over onto my Twitter page right now. It looks like I've got a lot of things to respond to. It's been kind of a crazy morning. It's really cool. I thought I would include in here for you opening weekends in Japan for Pokemon. This is physical only, with the exception of Arceus, where I specifically highlight that 250,000 extra. That adds to 1.67 million, and you'll see where it changes its place on this top 20. Black and White debuted the strongest with 2.6 million. Pokemon X and Y debuted at 2 million. Sun and Moon at 1.9. Black 2 and White 2 at 1.6. Diamond and Pearl at 1.5. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire at 1.5. Gold and Silver at 1.4. Legends Arceus at 1.4. You take that 1.4, and I'm telling you, it did do over 250,000. That makes it 1.67 or more, and that clears Black 2, White 2. It is for sure the 4th best-selling Pokemon game in opening weekend history in Japan. Then at 9th, we've got Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver with 1.4 million. Shining Diamond, I should specify, and Shining Pearl with 1.3. Sword and Shield with, oh shoot, I made a little mistake there. I could see that now. I'm going to have to fix that. Because we got 9, and this is actually 10, 11. Oh yeah, so that's a little bit off. Well, better to notice it now than, when this has been out for too long. Anyhow, sometimes that happens. 11th is actually Sword and Shield with 1.3. And then we've got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon with 1.1. Pokemon Platinum with 967,000. Fire Red and Leaf Green with 955,000. Pokemon Yellow with 851,000. Pokemon Crystal with 707,000. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee with 664,000. And Emerald with 643,000. So that's really cool to see. Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's a hit. I wouldn't be surprised if its worldwide total for the worldwide opening weekend debut is over 6. Could it be like a 6.5, 7.5? Part of me wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo or the Pokemon Company comes out with an announcement and says 7 million opening weekend. It obviously is confirmed to be the second highest selling Nintendo Switch title in opening weekend history in Japan in the last 5 years. Worldwide, I said that it was trending to be the highest opening in terms of pre-sales and what stores were saying, indicating, looking at the trend. So on the Japan side, we got that confirmation. Worldwide, we'll see if it did, but I think so. So yeah, that's going to do it today for now for today's episode of Video Game Sales with Paul Gale Network. Hope you had a good time checking out my Famitsu data and my Twitter data. The Famitsu data that I used to put this together, not like it's mine, but my Twitter page with this news. That's what I was trying to say, even though I kind of messed up a little bit there, but I'm going to have to go in and fix that. But yeah, that was fun. That was a good look. Let me know what you think about today's topic, and I hope you all have a good one. See you next time for more video game sales, for more video game talk, for more video game news. PGN signing out. Bye.